So, good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to everyone for the first Hostcomm webinar that we've given for quite some time. Today, we're talking about AI chatbots and how they can assist your organization with up to 85% of customer service inquiries. In terms of timings, I'm anticipating around 15 minutes for the presentation and then a further 15 minutes for the demonstration. There'll be an opportunity to ask questions via messaging throughout the webinar, but I'll address them all at the end to ensure that the flow isn't interrupted too much. In terms of an agenda, so we're going to start off by talking about why chatbots are needed, the types of chatbots available, examples of chatbot tasks, Hostcomm's experience of the reasons for success and failures of chatbots, the business benefits of chatbots, a little bit about Hostcomm, and then I'll finish off with the demonstration. So, why do we need chatbots? Competition in all industries is increasing. Providing a 24-hour service is a way of both improving customer service, differentiating from your competitors, and even potentially scooping up sales outside of office hours. An increasing number of your clients are going to be millennials who are used to messaging or using chat facilities more than any other generation that have come before. Social media has encouraged and normalized the use of chat. Even Mark Zuckerberg says that sub-30-year-olds don't want or expect to have to pick up the phone for service anymore. They don't want to queue and they do expect immediate service. With increasing pressure to put all company information online, websites can become overloaded, cumbersome and difficult to navigate and to pinpoint the information you seek. People can get bored and leave your site before they've even found what they're looking for. For example, Ofcom, I find it almost impossible to find what I'm looking for. They're a classic example of an understaffed, overstretched company with a large remit and lots of content on their website. If you're running a promotion, for example, a Black Friday flash sale, you may need to handle short bursts of increased customer service activity, which doesn't justify the hiring and training of new staff. With regular exposure to large online corporates who are already using chatbots in an effective manner, for example, Amazon, people have naturally come to expect fast and accurate customer service. To reiterate chat as being a dominant medium, I wouldn't even think about calling Amazon for problem resolution. They have an excellent customer service chatbot, which I've had first-hand experience of. It anticipated which problematic order I was contacting them about and expedited a refund. In today's competitive world, it's not always easy to increase revenues, so often the pressure to increase profits falls to reducing operating costs whilst not compromising service levels. The average cost of a bot transaction is less than £1. The average cost of a human transaction is around £25. So, reasons for success and failure. I'll go into the different types of chatbots in the next slide. However, it may be that the wrong type of bot is deployed for the application. So that's one reason. Depending on the type of bot deployed, it's easy to underestimate and allocate the required amount of programming time to make it really effective. Bots will occasionally collect personal data, regardless of whether you instruct people to share it or not. How and where you store this data is incredibly important. Two high-profile cases of bot security breaches were Ticketmaster and Delta Airlines that were caused by poor security practices and the use of unverified third-party subcontractors. These resulted in data breaches, credit card details being leaked, resulting in large fines and not to mention terrible PR. Hostcomm's bot security will be covered later in the presentation. It's not realistic to expect a chatbot to resolve all issues. Generally speaking, they can resolve up to around 85%, and they can struggle with subtleties and to pick up nuance. It's important to understand where a bot can work independently and where it will need to work as part of a human team. I'll show you how we manage this in the demonstration. The 15% where bots can't help is for situations where people will always want to speak to a live agent. Sentiment analysis can give you a live indication of whether you've got your bot to live agent balance correct. It may be that your particular business is more suited to a fairly even bot to agent proportion due to the nature of the inquiries that you receive. The bot is never going to be 100% perfect the day it's provisioned. It's going to be a work in progress, and it can be time consuming to fine-tune the bot. Also, the bot may need to develop over time as your business evolves. You may find that as your industry changes, people start to ask the bot different questions, and you want the bot to be able to address them. Hostcomm provide the tools for our clients to make bot development easier and less time-consuming. For example, our Chat Planner tool, which allows non-technical people to program the bot. The bot could automatically raise a ticket when the bot gives a default answer, which is a generic answer it provides because it doesn't deem any of the pre-programmed answers appropriate. Clients can then return to the Chat Planner, see what questions prompted the default answers, and add them to the bot's repertoire if appropriate. Again, sentiment analysis and keyword alerts can also provide real-time feedback on areas where the bot requires further development. There are a number of bots you can purchase out of the box online that suggest that a bot is a simple one-time implementation. The reality is, if you want an effective bot that clients and prospects can really benefit from, then initially quite intensive support is often required. We wouldn't suggest working with a company that isn't willing to hold your hand through the implementation process and isn't on the end of a phone for ongoing support and development if required. So, types of chatbot. Generally speaking, there are a few different types of bots. The simplest is a unidirectional bot, which is a one-way bot typically trying to capture information from you, normally for marketing purposes. For example, you're on a website, a bot pops up, collects your information, and just when you're expecting it to respond by helping you out, it pops up a message telling you that it's now out of office hours and that someone will get back to you later. Another type of bot is chitter chatter, a personality bot that is pre-programmed with hundreds and thousands of questions and answers, typically encyclopedic style. These are, as you can imagine, very program intensive to set up and not great for customer service. They can be great for the educational vertical and people with inquisitive minds or insomnia, however. Generally speaking, they're a bit of a novelty, but if plugged into another bot, can provide relief from default answers. Phone bots are effectively speech-to-text and text-to-speech chatbots. They're programmed in exactly the same way, as in actual fact they are the same chatbot, but you're interacting with them over a phone line and your speech is transcribed into text and then dealt with accordingly. The bot's text response is then converted back to voice. We see these as slowly replacing expensive legacy IVR platforms, as you can normally navigate through to the right department far quicker. Bidirectional bots offer natural language conversations, often in the form of funneling questions to further define your requirements. They can hold context and so ask relevant follow-up questions. There are two main types of bot build methodologies. Hardcode the bot using artificial intelligence markup language, which I'll refer to as AIML from now on. So you hardcode it with all your FAQs, including paraphrasing, which is all the different ways you can ask the same question. This is the type of bot that Hostcomm tend to recommend due to its superior accuracy. The disadvantage is that they can initially be time-consuming to program. However, as previously mentioned, Hostcomm offer tools to lessen the burden. The other bot build methodology is to use machine learning or a large dataset model. For example, a customer service bot would use data from thousands of previous customer service interactions, which are uploaded to build a brain or neural network. It then comes up with what it considers an appropriate response based on thousands of similar historic conversations. Datasets can either be purchased, or you could export your support conversations from your previous few years service desk software if you have them and create your own company specific data set. You can also build a hybrid bot, which is a mixture of the two, where it uses both AIML and machine learning. For example, a sales bot that provides accurate pricing using AIML programmed FAQs, and then machine learning to score the responses as per the example at the bottom of this slide. As you can see, it analyzes the sentiment of the words to ascertain whether it's a positive, neutral, or negative comment, and then responds accordingly, both in terms of a response and whether it needs to alert a live agent for either a positive or a negative reason. Examples of chatbot tasks. So here's a few examples of typical chatbot applications. Frequently asked questions, FAQs are a very common application, along with customer service and for capturing lead information. A chatbot enables you to engage with prospects and customers via social media. Not all companies get a lot of traffic on their websites or even try and drive traffic to their website. Bots can push your services and offer support via social media sites. As an example of a customer service bot on Twitter, you will often see celebrities publicly call out airlines due to their luggage being lost. The bot can automatically monitor these messages and respond as if they were a live person by apologizing and direct messaging them for further details in order to enable further investigation. Navigating through a multi-layer IVR can be both time-consuming and frustrating. Being able to say to a bot why you are calling, the department you want to speak to, or the extension number you want to call can be a far better experience. For some potentially embarrassing tasks, it can even be preferential not to speak to a live agent and to deal with a bot. For example, when negotiating debt repayments, bots don't get emotional or judge people. So the Hostcomm Chatbot platform. Hostcomm's Chatbot offers the best of both worlds, using AIML hard-coded for accurate responses and machine learning for sentiment analysis and agent alerts. The ML aspect is only agent-facing, and so if answers aren't accurate, then the end users aren't exposed to them anyway. Our chatbots are developed in line with PCI DSS policies and procedures and hosted in a PCI compliant environment and are consequently secured to the highest standards. I'll show you the live monitoring dashboard, which is what you can see on the right hand side there during the demo. Hostcomm's solutions offer a single interface for agents to deal with chats, emails, social media engagements, web form submissions, and phone calls. We provide a chatbot planner, allowing clients to refine their own bot once live, which requires no technical expertise, converting plain English into AIML. We typically host in the cloud, however, can offer premise-based bots. For example, some ISO 27001 registered companies may be required to host on-premise. Chatbot transactions can generate large quantities of data, which needs to be consolidated and presented in a useful and meaningful manner. We can integrate with most of existing business intelligence reporting platforms, from market leaders like Tableau or Microsoft to free open source platforms. So to summarize the benefits of provisioning a chatbot, obviously reduced costs. So the exact reduction in cost will depend on what percentage of your customer service tasks you can program the bot to do, but by reducing the load on your contact center, there will be significant cost reductions. Obviously, bots offer 24/7 service. They don't need a tea break and they don't need to sleep. You can help eliminate queues and customer frustration. The bot can respond very quickly within a fraction of a second. And also, the bot can handle thousands of transactions per second, allowing your business to scale without the need to invest in more staff exponentially. And equally, it can shrink with your business without the need to lay off staff. So a little bit about Hostcomm. We've got over 15 years of experience in contact centers. We've been around since 2004. We're UK based and financially secure. We have a large established client base. We use our own in-house security vetted developers. We offer UK-wide support services. And after nearly 2 years of pain and hard work, we've recently achieved PCI DSS compliance, which means you can rest assured that your Hostcomm chatbot will be secured to the highest standards and you don't need to worry about potential data breaches. I'll now move on to the demo, and then I'll take a look at any questions that have come in during this time and attempt to answer them afterwards. Right, okay. So I'll be demonstrating several ways a chatbot can assist with sales and customer support, starting with our support chatbot here that can handle 40 different support problems, and then I'll move on to our sales bot, which can handle over 50 sales questions. Okay, so this is our technical support bot. I'm going to show you how the support chatbot can take a client from a fairly vague starting point through to the root cause of their issue very quickly. This procedure could apply to a sales inquiry where the bot can narrow down the product options and then offer a buy now button. In this particular scenario, the client can't make calls from their cloud-based telephony service, but they don't know why. So the bot will help troubleshoot the issue without involving a live person. Okay, so I'm going to just start a chat, and I'm going to pop in here the word support.
I understand that you need support. Would you like self-service or do you need to report an issue? Please choose a button or just type in your answer.
Okay, just so that this doesn't take forever, I'm going to mute the sound, but you can see there that we've got text to speech, and equally I could click on the speak button there and then start talking, and it will convert my text to speech as well. I'm just going to mute that, and today I'm going to try some self-service. Okay, so it understands I need some self-service, and it wants to know whether I'm kind of new to this or whether I want to try and troubleshoot this myself. So I'm going to try and troubleshoot this myself today. So I'm going to click on troubleshoot, and this is what we call a visual IVR, where you've got buttons here. And as you can see at every point, it gives me the option to hand over to a human. Okay, so I'm going to click on troubleshoot. Okay, and it understands that I want to troubleshoot, and it's asking me if I want to troubleshoot a device or a service. Well, I'm going to troubleshoot my service. Okay, and then it wants to know a bit more about what's my problem. So I'm going to say that I don't know what my problem is, but I know my service isn't working, so I'm going to click on that. So now it wants to narrow down what the issue could potentially be. So it wants to know whether I can log in or I can't log in. Okay, so I'm going to say that I can log in. And now it's going to ask me if I can make an internal call or not. So I'm going to say, yes, I can make an internal call. Okay, so the fact that I can log in and I can make an internal call suggests that there's not really an issue with the service. It is kind of working. I just can't get an outside call, which would suggest it's probably a call credit issue. So it's given me a link to the call credit top-up process in the Hostcomm web store there, and up it pops there. Okay, so that's an example of sort of diagnosing that it's down to lack of call credit. Had I said no internal call, then obviously it would have asked if my phone was registered and gone into further diagnosis. I'll now demonstrate a chatbot authenticating a user via a database dip using a modal box. It's important to mention the fact that we're using a modal box, as this retains the context of the authentication and prevents premature chat termination. Okay, so I'm just going to unmute my sound, and I'm going to say I need support.
Sure. Please enter your username and password by clicking the button below.
Okay, so I'm going to authenticate myself as an existing client using my very special username and password.
Welcome, Harry Potter. Your account balance in USD is 123.
Okay, so it's authenticated me. It's verified that my username and password were correct, and then it's done a database dip and seen that my call credit balance is 123 US dollars. So yeah, there's an example of chatbot integration with a database or a CRM potentially via an API and authentication. Okay, so that's I'm going to end that chat now, and then I'm going to move on to the next bot. Okay, so this bot is our Hostcomm sales bot. So I haven't got it on a particular live website at the moment, so this is just a mock-up web page. Okay, so it's been pre-programmed with around 50 cloud dialer service questions and answers actually. Now, we've noticed from historical conversations that visitors didn't always jump straight into the sales questions and often began with conversational questions. And so we added a personality to be able to deal with these too. So in this demonstration, I'm going to be asking about a specific product, and we'll demonstrate the bot both upselling and sentiment analysis and agent alert. Okay, so I've got a dashboard here, which is where a supervisor or a live agent could basically sit. Okay, so I'm going to start a chat. So I'm going to say hello. So this sales bot is called Christine, and I'm just going to mute the sound again so we don't keep getting boings. Obviously, boings are optional. Okay, so she's asking my name, so I'm going to tell her what my name is. Okay, and she wants to know what I want to know about, what I want to buy today. So I'm going to look at dialers today. And she wants to know whether we've had a conversation before and if I've got a reference number, which I don't, so I don't have a number. I said no to that. Okay, so she's got all she needs to know. Now I'm going to ask her a few questions. So I'm going to say, what do you do? So she's very skilled in conversation, and she's very intelligent, and probably more so than me, which is great. So I'm going to ask her, where are you? She's currently in Exeter in Devon. That's nice to know. And I can ask other conversational stuff like, what is the date today? And she can tell me. So conversational stuff. Right, so now I'm going to get into some salesy questions. I'm going to say, how much does your dialer service cost? Now, she can't just give me a flat out answer because it obviously varies on the number of agents. And so here's an example of a funneling question. She's asking how many agents do I have? So I'm going to say I've got 15 agents today. And then she comes back with the appropriate answer. Great, your dialer will cost £275 per month with a one-off setup fee of £350. And then she's asking me in a further question here, are you going to be taking card payments with your dialer? Okay, so I don't know why she's asked me that, but if I'm going to say yes to that, she's saying, oh, we can provide you with a PCI DSS compliant system at £6 per agent per month plus installation. So there's an example of a bot upselling opportunity. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to say, okay, I'm interested. Is there a free trial available? Now, before I click enter on that, I'm just going to show you here. So here's a dashboard. We can see here that we've got a live chat going. Okay, it's currently a grey button there. It's in progress. If I want to see what's going on, I can click on here, and I've got observer mode here. So I'm just watching the bot having a chat with the prospect, and we can see that he's typing there. So let me just go back and finish off. So I've asked if the free trial available, and they said yes, we are offering a free 30-day trial. You can sign up here. Great. Now if I go back to here, we can also see that there is that take button has gone green. Okay, so that's basically analysed the sentiment of the conversation, and it's gone green. Okay, so this is kind of indicated to an agent that they might want to take over this chat here. Okay, so that's sentiment analysis. We could also provide an agent alert in the terms of a tone. So that's also optional. Okay, now if I just go back to the bot. Okay, so that was an example of positive sentiment analysis and the conversation going green there. I can also show a negative sentiment analysis. Okay, so if I say in here, I want to cancel my service. Okay, so instantly she's saying, sorry to hear that, please press this button to speak to a live operator. Okay, and if I go back to the dashboard now, we can see that that button's gone red. Okay, so again, indicating that an agent might want to take over immediately. And then if I want to go back to that chat and click on hand over to human, then that would typically just send another alert to the agent. Okay. Right, okay. So incidentally, sentiment analysis can monitor all chat conversations, regardless of whether a chatbot or a live person is in conversation. Okay, so, right, so I'm just showing you a little bit around the dashboard here. So obviously we've got all our chats under the chat icon here. And so you've got live chats, historic chats, missed chats, etc., etc. And then the envelope style thing. This is tickets. Obviously, the bot's going to be working 24/7. Often when there are no live staff awake. And obviously, you also want to evolve the chatbot and improve it. So there'll be things that you want the bot to ticket on the system for a number of reasons. One example would be to improve the bot so you can have the system create a ticket every time it offers a default answer, e.g., "I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean" type of response. So you can have it raise a ticket every time that happens, and that way you can see which questions are generally being asked on a frequent basis, and then you can obviously add them to the bot's repertoire if it's appropriate. Okay. Another example for the bot raising a ticket could be when it sees swear words are detected. So there's a couple of examples. Okay, and this is where these tickets would be displayed. Okay. We've also got the chatbot archive here, so we can have a look at all our historic questions and conversations. Okay, and then we've got some fairly comprehensive reporting as well, in terms of So yeah, I'd say we're going to we'll do a further webinar and go into detail on this dashboard and admin features in future. So if you do want to know more about this, then look out for the next webinar. Now, earlier on, I mentioned that we've also got Christine. Well, you can speak to Christine, the sales bot, via the voice as well. So our sales bot is contactable via the phone. So it's the same bot, but currently uses Google Speech API to translate speech to text and text to speech. So like the chatbot, it can also perform the same functions, for example, database integration, answering FAQs, but in addition, it can offer to transfer calls to a live agent as an example, and even be set up to be an outbound dialer agent for a fraction of the cost of a live agent. So I'm going to now call Christine and try and have a conversation with her.
Hi, I'm Christine, your chatbot assistant. How may I help you today?
Is training included?
Hostcomm provides a telephone training session as part of the installation fee. We can also provide training at our technical support center in Leicester, or alternatively, we can come to your office.
Is there a free trial?
Yes, we are offering a free 30-day trial. You can sign up here.
If I need support, can you help me?
Hostcomm offers unlimited technical support via telephone from 9 o'clock to 2000 Monday to Friday. You will be connected to a trained UK-based engineer, in which our average result time is only 20 minutes. Alternatively, you can create a ticket or email support.
What is the minimum contract length?
The minimum contract length for a dialer is 6 months, or 12 months on a fault-tolerant cluster service.
Okay, thank you. Right, okay, I'm going to just pop back through questions now and see what's coming. Okay, so we've got a few questions that have come in. Does the chatbot work with Facebook Messenger? Okay, yes, we can integrate with our chatbot with most social media websites such as Facebook and Twitter. Another one here, can we program our own FAQs with your chatbot? Yes, you can. Hostcomm has produced the chat planner, which even non-technical staff can use to program the bot as it converts to AI/ML from natural language. Another one here. Is there a way to set the chatbot only to work at certain times of the day? Yeah, good question. Yes, you can, absolutely. Using the chat server web admin, which I demoed earlier, yeah, you can basically configure different times of the day, because obviously during office hours you might want it to respond or at least alert agents, whereas other times of the day you wouldn't want it to try and even alert the agents. So yeah, absolutely, that can be set up. What platform do you use? Okay, so we've got our own secure chatbot platform, which basically runs on Amazon AWS cloud servers, which is a PCI compliant environment. Can the same bot deal with both chat and voice inquiries? Yes, it can. So yeah, it needs a voice interpreter, which we can provide, which converts chat to text instantly into speech using Google Speech API and vice versa. So yep, absolutely. The same bot can deal via chat and voice. Okay, that's it in terms of questions. So I hope you enjoyed our webinar today, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you very much for your time.